Our first contestant is David Rodek. Light it up. Light it up. David Rodek.
Tennis, anyone? Rodek with the forehand, the backhand, the volley winner, game, set, match, Rodek! Oh, when I was young, I loved to play tennis. All I could ever think about was maybe one day I would play in the US Open. When you love something that much, you know, that passion, it's like a red roaring fire. Beautiful, powerful, but also dangerous. If you're not careful, that fire can get out of control and destroy what you once loved. Something I know all too well. My story begins in the great state of Delaware, the home of any exciting story. A long, lanky Canadian has just moved to the States, and he's ready to play some tennis. Now, I was a beginner, so my game was not great. Did I light it up on the court? No, more often I would stink it up. But I didn't care. Win, lose, or tie, I was just happy to play. Well, I played so much, I couldn't help but get better. Until one day it was time for the high school state championship. And guess what? I won. I was the best player in all of Delaware. And they gave me a golden trophy. And the crowd went wild. Can't hear you, crowd. There it is, guys. Thank you. A beautiful memory, but you know, also bittersweet. For that day, I went home with more than a trophy. I went home with a problem. Now, everyone expected me to win. And even worse, I expected to win. And that pressure turned me into Dave the Monster. Are you kidding me? That ball was in. You don't get to win, I win. In that anger, I soon destroyed rackets, friendships, and eventually my love of the sport. You see, for tennis, I once felt this beautiful fire, but that pressure blew it out. Life goes on. Soon I picked up other hobbies like travel, writing. I even started arts and crafts. Well, craft beer, that is. Speaking of which, is anyone excited for Sancho's birthday in a couple weeks? It's all a lot of fun, but nothing really replaced that passion for tennis. Well, it all started to change the day I joined Toastmasters and started speaking. You know, getting up behind the podium in front of a crowd, it sort of reminded me of being back on the tennis court. But as much as I like to speak, I could feel myself holding back a little bit. You see, I didn't want to compete, not even in the weekly table topics, because I didn't want to let that guy, Dave the Monster, back out of his cage. Something had to change. So one day, my club president and mentor, Kat, she pulled me aside. Listen, Dave, you got a real talent for this, but the only way you're going to get better is if you get up on the big stage. So I've signed you up for our next contest. Oh man, pressure was on, but I couldn't let my friend down. So when that contest came along, I got up and gave the speech of my life. Here comes David stepping up to the podium. Oh, he's used the word of the day. He's dodging the filler words left and right. Oh no, the red card is up. He's finished with 5 seconds left. David wins, and the crowd goes wild. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, this victory was a little less impressive. I was the only contestant. It was still exciting, right? I was off to the area round, which unfortunately was on a Monday. And I spent the whole weekend working on my arts and crafts. So when I showed up to speak, I wasn't well rehearsed. But after an easy club win, I was still feeling pretty good. Oh, it's okay, Dave. You screwed up, but, you know, your speech was funny. You'll just practice for the next round. Chief Judge stepped up. Our third runner-up was David What? Are you kidding me? Did you even listen to the speeches? Oh, I was so angry. The results, but mainly at myself. Before I could storm out that room and never speak again, Kat, she grabbed me. David, that speech was incredible. I'm so proud of you for representing our club. She calmed me down and saved my fire. But, oh, do I still hate to lose. So you can feel that anger. I was fired up for the next contest. I started writing my speech weeks in advance, practiced day and night, and I even hired a professional speech coach. This time, there was no way I was losing in the area round. Just forgot one small detail. Got to win your club contest first. And this time, we had another contestant, my friend Kat. I wasn't sure what to expect because I had never seen her speak. So, Kat, your speech, any good? Oh, I don't know, Dave. I've been so busy running the club, I haven't had any time to practice. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Kat. Yeah. First place was mine. So I thought. Kat showed up and threw everything she had in that speech. I'll never forget it. The body language, the props, the emotion. Oh my, I had no chance. So despite all my hard work, once again I heard my name be called as runner-up. And I felt this surge of a familiar emotion. Joy. Joy at seeing my friend deliver such a good speech. At that moment I remembered what it was like to be a teenager again. He didn't care about winning or losing, but just loved spending time with his passion. You see, it's not about the results or the trophies. It's about the journey, the friendships, and above all, the memories. If you can hold on to those, that's how you can protect your fire, and that's how you can keep your dream. Look,